Johnson, look at this. Michael Gove, look at this. Friends, whatever your political persuasion, let us say to friends in this audience, from France, from Italy, from Germany, from Spain, from Greece, across Europe, we love you, we stand with you, and we will fight this. I'm here first and foremost, as the son of immigrants. It is my honour and my privilege in representing Tottenham to represent the most diverse constituency in this country, and I'm proud. Week or so, there have been huge ups and downs in my emotions. I have been so disappointed, depressed, angry at the racism, xenophobia and nastiness that this Leave campaign has unleashed in our country. I don't recognise a British people that would have black pensioners be evacuated from their day centre because they're in fear. I don't recognise a Britain in which young Muslims coming back from the mosque are attacked by someone with a crowbar. And let me say to those that have emailed me, that have written comments after some of the articles that I've written or been part of, I'm not going anywhere. I was born in this country. And this will be my children's home. So we here are standing for unity. We're standing for hope. We're standing against division. An Etonian mess. And I've got to say, we need to send Ofsted in. That school is failing. We cannot exit Europe on the basis of self-interest. Let's be clear what happened. David Cameron had a referendum to assuage the right in his party. It was not in your interest. Let's be clear what happened. Boris Johnson joined the other side because he wanted to be Prime Minister. Let's be clear what happened. Michael Gove first thought he wanted to be Kingmaker. He now wants to be Prime Minister. None of this is in our joint shared interest. And when they say the deal is done, let us be absolutely clear about our Constitution. It was an advisory referendum. People who fought fascism in the Second World War. People who stood up to xenophobes and racists in our previous part. We stand on their shoulders. That's why we're united across political parties here this afternoon. And we must continue to fight for our democracy. My strong view is that we are standing outside the houses of Westminster because that is sovereign. So I say to you all in this audience, don't mourn the EU, organise. Lobby your members of parliament, organise. lobby your members of parliament and say to them they must vote on whether we are going to press the Article 50 button. And let's be clear, also say to them the Leave campaign was based on lies. Let's run through them. Is there going to be 230 million for the health service every week? No! Is Turkey about to come into the EU? No! Can you have a trade deal and avoid free movement of people? No! Absolutely. Lies. And that's why we say Parliament has to take a look at this very, very clearly. Or let's put it back to the people in a referendum. And let's be clear on this. Why? Why is this so crucial? As we stand here, it is and I say this from my heart, representing Tottenham. As we stand here, it is the poorest people in our country who will suffer. Now, my position as a Member of Parliament on behalf of my constituents is very, very clear. My promise to you is I will never, ever vote for Brexit. And I think you'll find, and this is the hope, guys, if you organise, if you lobby hard, let's be clear, the Lib Dems aren't going to vote for Brexit. The Scottish Nationalists aren't going to vote for Brexit. The SDLP aren't going to vote for Brexit. The Greens aren't going to vote for Brexit. There are MPs like me in the Labour Party who aren't going to vote for Brexit. And when Ken Clark and Michael Heseltine also join the queue, guess what? There are Tories who aren't going to vote for Brexit. Keep up the fight. Keep up the fight, my friends. And let's just say one thing. We do know our history books. When mainstream politicians in a mainstream party stand alongside fascists, this is what happens. We know our history. We will not stand for it. We will fight. Thank you very much.
You said today that it's still possible to stop Brexit. How?
Well, if you look at this audience, people from all political parties, many people who've never campaigned before in their lives, lots of young people coming together and making it clear they do want Parliament to act. They want Parliament to stop and look again. They're absolutely clear we cannot wreck the future of this country. They're worried about the economy. They want their young people to be able to travel to other European countries, and they absolutely stand against the hate crimes, the xenophobia and the racism that we've seen in the last few days.
Do you have the numbers in Parliament to stop Brexit?
What's clear is the Liberal Democrats, the Scottish Nationalists, the SDLP in Ireland, the Greens, and there are many Labour MPs and Conservative MPs deeply uneasy with the direction of travel that's been set out. And for all of those reasons, we've got to continue to campaign and fight for what we believe in.
The last question, what's your message to the African voters who chose Leave?
Look, I say to people from wherever you are in the world, and of course to African communities, stand with us. You are welcome here. Fight with us for what you believe in, and don't allow the xenophobia and hate to put you off.